Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I am a little bit dressed down. That's purely because we're doing a testing video, but before we get into that I just want to do the usual. So if you haven't already, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button and come and join my little family. And if you are already subscribed, then make sure that notification bell switched on just so you're notified of whenever I upload a video. And why not give this video a thumbs up? And now we can jump right in. I'm going to be testing out some Primark makeup brushes. I have tried a couple of them in the past, but these are the Primark Pro ones and I've never actually had a chance to try them. So we're going to be testing out this PS Pro Face Precision Pro Ultimate Collection for face, eyes and finish. This was £15, and to be fair, the quality of the brushes looks really good. So you get a HD kabuki brush in here, a buffing and blending brush, a large powder brush, a large fan brush, a circular concealer brush, a Brent Precision eyeliner brush, an eye increase contour brush, and then an eyeshadow blending brush. I'll just show you on the back. So these are all the different brushes that you get. So you get 8 brushes. So the set's £15, so they work out at around £1.87 each. So it's really good value. You also get a makeup bag in here as well, to sort of like a little carry case. So we're going to be trying these out. I'm going to be doing my sort of usual makeup routine, and we're going to be using these. I also want to try this one out, which is from the PS Pro range that I purchased, and this is the PS Pro Face Precision Flathead Contour Brush, and this was £3, and I believe this is a good dupe for a NARS brush that everyone raved about a little while ago. So I'm going to be testing all these brushes out today, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop off camera and I'm actually going to do my brows, because the way I do my brows I don't actually need a brush for that, but I'm going to be trying to use as many of these brushes that I possibly can, and I'm also going to do one of my eyes completely off camera before we get on into this tutorial, just so it cuts down the time, then I know what I'm doing when I come back to do the other eye on camera. So I will catch up with you in a minute. Hey guys, so I'm back. I've been off camera and I've done my brows and I've also done this eye, and we're going to do the same look on the following eye, and I'm going to show you how to recreate this look and also discuss my thoughts and feelings on the brushes as we go along. So to recreate this look, I used the 251 eye crease and contour brush. Now this is a really nice fluffy brush and it is really nice for getting in the crease, but the only thing that I will say about this is it's rather large, so it's quite difficult to get any precise detail, and I did find myself having to reach for one of my thinner eyeshadow blending brushes just when I wanted to go. It was fine for the initial crease colour, but when I wanted to go in and create more depth into the crease, I found that it was too large, so I needed to use a smaller brush, and you don't actually get a smaller brush in this set. To start with, I'm using the Roxy Colour Burst palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Peaches, and I'm going to blend that out into the crease. The overall feel of the brushes is really nice. They feel really good quality, they're nice and easy to work with. It just takes up such a large surface area of the lid, so it's fine for this initial shade put down, but when I want to go in and give it a bit more definition, it's difficult to work with. So I'm just going to go in underneath with the dark pink shade called Fetch, and I'm just going to show you what I mean by it's difficult to blend underneath, because I'm probably going to have to use that thinner Pro brush again. Can you see, because this doesn't really fit in here, I can't pick it up and get any sort of definition, so I'm just going to use my thinner Pro brush in that Fetch shade, because I don't have a thinner Primark brush, and now I can really get in to that crease and create the definition with the deeper colour and really begin to build that up. So then I'm just going to carve out my crease. I'm going to be using this brush. This wasn't out of the set, but this is the PS Conceal brush, and this is just one of their like normal brushes. I think this is £1. It's not one of like the Pro brushes, but it's got a really nice flat edge, so it's great for creating that cut crease. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Revolution cut crease canvas and just cut the crease with this. You just want to try and get that line as sharp as possible, and I feel like this is a good brush for creating that sharp line. And then I'm going to have to go back in with this Pro brush because I just can't create that sharp edge with the Primark one. So I'm going to go in with that Fetch shade again, and I'm just going to define where I've laid down that cut crease concealer. Just going to sort of blur the edges of that a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of that cut crease canvas, and I'm just going to lie that down over the top. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Revolution glitter in the shade Retrospect. And I'm going to pack this on. And I'm going to use the fatter end of that brush to pick up that glitter and just pack that. And then I'm just going to go underneath the eye with a little bit of this Pixie eye pencil in the shade Velvet Violet. Just run that along the waterline. And then I'm going to go back in with that thinner brush again underneath the eye. So I feel like we could just do with a slightly thinner blending brush just for when we get out to blending. So I'm going to go in with the Broxy palette and I'm going to go in with the shade Lavender and blend that underneath the eye. So I'm just going to pop off camera and pop on some liner and lashes. So now we finish the eyes, I'm going to move on to the base. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to apply a little bit of primer. And I am actually using the Primark Pollution Solution, say that 10 times fast, Daily Skin Starter, which can be used as a primer. I've just been trying this out and I quite like it, so I'm going to put some of that on. It's just like a gel formula. Excuse how broken out I am at the moment, by the way, guys. I've had my training for brows and I had a lip wax and it's completely and utterly like broke me out. So we're going to be using, I want to use this one to start with. So this is the 101 HD Kabuki brush. Really wanted to try this. It's like a rectangle and I've heard really good things about this like shaped brush for blending. It's supposed to be really, really good. So I'm going to use this, and then if I feel like it needs a little bit of extra buffing out, we're going to go in with the 106 buffing and blending brush. So I'm just going to go into my foundation. I'm just using my little pot of foundation. It's the Urban Decay one, if you wanted to know. Oh, that might have been too much. Yes, don't judge the colour. This is really good. And you don't need a lot of product like this. That I've put on is probably going to do my full face. It just seems to really easily blend. I'm just going to blend that down my neck a bit because it is a little bit dark-y. I'm not gonna lie. Get my 3 chins in. It's really easy to manoeuvre the product around with this shape brush. As you can see, you can really get in underneath. I do feel like I just want to buff that out a little bit though, so I am gonna go in with, sorry, my buffing brush. So I've just finished that off, just tidied it up a little bit. The only thing I did do is I went in with the Precision Concealer brush, the 121, and I just went into like the little area here, like my eye contour if you like, and just blended a little bit of that foundation out just so I didn't have like any sort of white patches. But I've got to admit, really love that HD Kabuki brush. Really impressed with that. I am going to do a rundown of each of the individual brushes at the end of the video, but yeah, definitely impressed with that. Then I'm going to go in with the Precision Concealer brush, the 121, and I'm actually going to use this to blend out my concealer. So for me, this brush is really good for getting into sort of any areas you can't reach, but I need more of a buffing brush to buff this out. So I'm just going to go back in with that buffing brush and see if I can blend it. If I can't, I might actually have to use a beauty blender. That's not ideal. Right, I'm going to use my beauty blender to blend this out. I'm going to use my Real Technique sponge that I usually use, just because that's drying down very quickly. I don't actually think that brush is supposed to be in this kit. I think it's supposed to be a circular brush to blend out concealer, but for some reason this brush was in the kit because it actually said there should be a 120 brush, but I've got a 121, so I think they've accidentally put the wrong brush in the kit. But this is really nice for getting into more precise areas, but it's no good for blending out concealer, and there isn't really a brush in the kit that would do that, so that's why I had to reach my blending sponge. Then I'm going to bronze up the face. I'm going to go in with this flathead contour brush, the 111 brush. This isn't in the kit, but I did buy this to test out, and this was £3. It's a really good dupe for a NARS brush with a bit of my MAC bronzer. Ooh, definitely creating a snatched look with this one. I actually think this would work really nicely with like cream contour. I'm actually just going to diffuse that a little bit, just with the large powder brush. I have actually done my bronzing before I've done my powder by an accident, but who cares, it's just an accident. I'll go in with a little bit of powder on this brush after. So I'm just going to go in with, I did mess up a little bit there, I'll have to go back a step. I'm just going to quickly brush over a little bit of my setting powder, just because otherwise I will be an oily mess. And I'm going to use the large powder brush I've just been using, the 115, and I'm just going to quickly tap that over the top of that bronzer. I love this brush. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of blusher, but there's no blusher brush and there's nothing that I could use as a blusher brush, so I'm just going to use my Real Techniques brush and go in with a little bit of California. And then the last brush that I'm going to use today, I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Dull Light Shine Bright, and I'm going to go in with this large fan brush, which is the 118, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that. Are you ready for this? Oh, love that. She glowing. Oh, that's so pretty. So guys, I'm literally just going to pop off camera for 2 seconds and just get changed and like give you a whole reveal of this look, and then I'm going to run down what my thoughts and feelings are on these brushes. I'll be back. Hey guys, this is the completed look. I'm back. I just got changed. I have actually got a top on, but I think with our angle it looks like I haven't. Hang on. It's really pretty too. It's a really pretty top as well. So guys, I'm just going to do a quick rundown of these brushes and let you know my thoughts and feelings. So to start with, I actually think it's a really nice kit, and I do think it's good value for money because it is only £15 and the brushes are really good quality. I do think that they could have done with doing 2 different sets though. I think they could have done with doing an eye set and a face set, because there's not quite enough eye brushes to do a full eye look with just those brushes, and there's not enough face brushes to do a full face with just those brushes. So I do think they could have done with doing an eye set and a face set. That probably would have worked better, and I would have bought both because they need like another fluffy blending brush I think for the eyes, and maybe like a flat brush, you know, like a brush to cut the crease with, because the brush that I used was a Primark one, but I did buy it separately. And then I think with the face brushes they could do with a blusher brush for definite. They need more of a buffing brush for the concealer. They could even put like one of their beauty sponges in there. I'm just going to pull these brushes up one at a time. So I'm just going to start by talking about the 2 brushes that I didn't use. So I didn't use the Bent Precision eyeliner brush. This is one of those brushes that if you're someone who uses liquid liner, you're not going to use this a lot. I think this could have been utilised and they could have put like a fluffy blending eye brush in there instead of this, because I just don't think this is necessary for everyone. It's not something that everyone would use. But looking at the brush, it looks like a pretty bog standard precision eyeliner brush, and I can see that it would be a good brush. I just can't really comment on it because I haven't used it. And then I've got the 242 angled liner and brow brush. So this is a brow brush. I didn't use this today because I just use a pencil in my brows. I do think it's a little bit thick though for a brow brush. I think it could do with it being a little bit thinner, and I also think it would have been nice if they put like a brow spoolie on the end of it, but again I haven't used that one, so can't really comment because I didn't use it. Then I've got the 251 Eye Increase Contour Brush. Really like this. It's really nice and fluffy. It's really good for blending out the initial crease, but like I said, you could just do with a flat brush to create a cut crease, or like a little thin brush to blend more deeper into the crease and to do underneath the waterline. Then we've got the Precision Concealer Brush. This is really nice for getting into those areas where you can't usually with your foundation brushes, but it's not a particularly great brush to blend out concealer. They could do with more of a fluffy concealer brush in here. Then I've got the HD Kabuki brush, the 101. Obsessed with this. This is amazing. You can literally get into any sort of crease. It's such a good brush. I'm really impressed with this, and it just seems to evenly disperse the product on your face. I just really like that one. Then we've got the 118 large fan brush. Again, really like this fan brush. It's really nice. It's just getting used to where to place it because it's so fluffy, but it's just a really good brush. Really like that. Then we've got the 106 buffing and blending brush. This is fine, it does the job. I don't really like these type of blending brushes. I had one of these in my kit when I did my makeup artistry. They come with my set of brushes and I just don't use them. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but it does the job and it works like it should. It's just, I'm just not the biggest fan of that type of brush. Then we've got the 115 large powder brush. Absolutely obsessed with this. So fluffy, so nice. You can actually use this as a bronzer brush. You can use this as a powder brush. It's really nice. I really like it. And then last but not least, we've got the flathead contour brush, which I did buy on its own. This is the 111. Really nice if you really like a precise contour. Really good to nose contour with as well, and just create a really nice contoured look. And I think for £3 you really cannot fall off. Overall, the quality of these brushes is absolutely fantastic, and if you're someone who's just starting out in makeup and you want a nice set of starter brushes, I couldn't recommend these more. You've really hit the mark with these ones, Primark. Well done. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, guys. Let me know down below if you've tried any Primark makeup brushes or if you've tried this set. I'd love to know that. And I shall see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Mwah.